Before you even think about complaining about what's happening right now, remember it's your fault. This is what you get for not keeping the house clean. You don't want to break a sweat, huh? Well, you'll be sweating plenty while locked in a sauna this week. I'll let you out when you get back from our vacation, provided you've learned your lesson.
What is wrong with you? You're doing this to me because I asked to use the air conditioning when you guys are away?
The air conditioning is for when people are home, and when we're gone, there are no people in the home.
I am a people. And you know one thing people need to survive? Water. And I don't have any in here.
That's your fault too. You should have brought some in there with you. You never know what's going to happen and when you're going to clean the sauna, especially when it's in the basement, when no one outside can hear you calling for help.
This has got to be some sort of prank. I've always known that you hated me, but up until now, you've shown it the usual way. You know, rude comments, making me do all your housework, complaining about how I do it, but this is a whole new demented level.
Brilliant, isn't it? And no, it's no prank. And since we've already left for the airport, there's no one there to rescue you. We'll be back in a week, so take this time to think about what you've done.
Hold it right there. If Jim finds out about what you've done to me, he's gonna be furious.
Don't be ridiculous. You think my son would take your side over mine? Besides, both he and my husband agreed that we don't want you coming on the family vacation. After all, none of us see you as part of the family.
I kind of figured that Jim and Dad would agree to leave me behind and go on vacation. Jim is a consummate mama's boy, and your husband is an emasculated man-child who never stands up to you. But there's no way they'll agree to this.
The part about locking you in the sauna is going to be a bit of a surprise for them, actually. They're going to be so surprised when we get back and let you out of the sauna. I can't wait to see the look on your face. Oh, and the smell of a week's worth of sweat is going to be unbelievable. We'll need those nose plugs.
Oh yeah? It's gonna be stinky in here, alright, but not from sweat. The smell is gonna be my decomposing corpse.
Don't be so dramatic. What harm could a week in a sauna possibly do to you?
Are you an idiot or just a sociopath? Do you think a human could even survive a single day locked in an active sauna?
Oh, shut up. I hear enough of you complaining at home. I don't need to read it on our way to the vacation. Oh, and by the way, when we get back, Jim is going to divorce you. Being without you on this trip will make him see that he doesn't need you in his life at all.
What is going on here? Your whole family is nuts. This is bad. I'm starting to get dizzy, and my vision is getting blurry.
It's not that hot. Stop your whining, will ya?
I don't know how much longer I'll be able to take this.
You must be the absolute worst actress I've ever heard of.
Sis, sorry I took so long getting to you just now. Are you doing all right? Feeling any better?
This bath is heavenly. I never thought a dip in a cold tub of water could feel so good. This is the best I've felt in years. I might just do the sauna and cold bath combo more often.
Well, at any rate, glad you're doing all right. Things didn't go exactly like your mother-in-law planned, but things turned out fine in the end. And you know what they say, all's well that ends well.
Oh, this hasn't ended. I'm not even close to being done with them. Like for real, my life was in danger just now. I easily could have died.
Yeah, lucky for you, your little brother just so happens to live a block away. I sprinted all the way to your house, only took me about 5 minutes. So, are you gonna call the cops or something? Or you could always just walk down there when you're feeling better. There's a police station just down the road. Like, she literally locked you in a sauna and tried to abandon you there for a week. I may not be a lawyer, but I'm pretty sure that's a crime.
In the worst case scenario, like if you weren't at home when I texted you, I was thinking about calling the cops. But since everything worked out fine, I'd rather avoid the hassle of interviews, lawyers, trials, all that stuff. Most importantly, having the police handle it would be way less fun.
Less fun? Less fun than what?
Less fun than an elaborate revenge plot. First comes the revenge, then comes the police.
Oh, I get it. I don't know, though. It seems like the best thing to do would be to go to the cops. Your family seems pretty nuts. Are you sure you want to risk making them mad? Who knows what they'd do?
Yeah, they're nuts. But I'm gonna show them that I can just be as nuts as they are. I can't take this lying down.
Well, okay, if that's what you think you need to do. Oh, and not to say I told you so, but I have been telling you since before you were married that Jim was a major weirdo.
Oh, come on, don't act like you're some kind of Nostradamus. All you ever said about him was that he seems weird to you. How was I supposed to know weird meant sit by idly while his mother tried to lock me in an active sauna for a week while they're on vacation in Hawaii?
I'm just saying, he's pretty weird, right?
No, whatever. What do you want from me? You want me to say you were right? All right, here. You were right. Congratulations! Are you happy now?
Geez, Susanna, calm down. It's not often that I get the upper hand with you. Can't you let me enjoy my moment? Anyways, what are you gonna do now? Like, do you have some kind of plan worked out to get back at them?
Isn't it obvious?
No, that's why I'm asking.
Think about it. What would you do if someone tried to lock you in a sauna for a week?
Gee, Susanna, that's a tough question. Oh, I got it. I think I would call the police and let them handle it.
Not that, you dork. If you were going to get revenge by yourself without calling the police, then what would you do?
I don't know. Lock them up in the same sauna?
Exactly.
Nah, I think you probably shouldn't do that, though. Like, all you would be doing is lowering yourself down to their level.
That's not true. Don't sell me short. Don, I'm gonna come up with a plan that's way above their level.
I didn't mean it that way. I was talking about how two wrongs don't make a right.
Don, in all of our history together, have you ever been able to talk me out of anything?
Nope, not a single time.
Then you know that there's no point in trying right now. Once I make up my mind, there's no changing it.
All right, fine. Go ahead and get your revenge, but don't go too far, okay? No death or permanent disability.
Aw, you're spoiling all my fun.
Wait, were you really planning to do something super serious to them?
That's called a joke, you dork.
I figured you were mad enough that you might just mean it.
Don't worry, I won't go overboard.
How can I be sure?
Because you're gonna help me. So, you got any good ideas for a plan?
Really, Susanna? I have to be your accomplice? Fine, I'll help you come up with a good plan.
That's the spirit. I knew you'd come around eventually.
Well, I still owe you for what you did back when we were kids. I lost count of how many bullies you saved me from. I have to pay you back somehow, and if that means going to jail along with you, so be it.
Good grief, Don. That was in elementary school. You're still grateful to me for that?
I told you I'd never forget it, didn't I? So, let's get to work. We're gonna come up with a plan to get back at those guys that would make Kevin McAllister impressed.
Right on, let's get to it.
of this! Open the door and let me out this instant!
Welcome back, Michelle. How was the trip? Did you bring me back any souvenirs?
I'm not interested in sharing any pleasantries with you. Open this door right now!
Why, Michelle? What's wrong? Is the sauna not to your liking?
You vile little brat! I was terrified that you had gone and died in the sauna, but when I stepped in to check on you, you pushed me inside from behind and locked the door.
My goodness, Michelle. What's up with that attitude? You mean to tell me that you're fine dishing it out but can't take it?
Well, obviously. I don't want unpleasant things to happen to me. I don't deserve to suffer. I want them to happen to deserving people like you so I can enjoy watching them squirm.
That is an absolutely stunning admission. I'm really impressed, Michelle. You just may be the most evil and demented mother-in-law on the face of the planet.
Oh, would you just shut up and open this door already? It's hotter than an oven in here. I hate the heat. And worst of all, the sauna stinks to high heaven.
Ugh, I'm glad you noticed. We put in a lot of work into that. We figured it wouldn't be funny enough if we're just really, really hot in there, so we decided to make it as foul-smelling as possible, too.
You what? You mean you prepared this for me intentionally? You sadistic little monster! I'm telling you, you must let me out immediately! It's hard to breathe in here. I feel like my vision is getting cloudy, and the smell. If I don't leave the sauna soon, I think I might just puke my guts out.
Wow. It looks like my brother's concoction really hit the spot, huh? I'll have to take him out to lunch one day to congratulate him on a job well done.
What? Your brother? Are you talking about that loser shut-in?
Don't you dare talk about my brother that way.
Oh, heaven forbid I call your recluse brother what he is. Honestly, you two have the most bizarre sibling relationship I've ever seen.
Are you not used to seeing siblings who genuinely like each other? Come to think of it, you and your sister aren't on speaking terms, are you?
That's not what's important right now. Our conversation is about what you're doing to me right now.
Ah, right. I was about to tell you about what my brother did. You might think he's a loser, but let me tell you, he's amazing. That guy can make any kind of smell you could think of, given the right combination of chemicals. That's what he does for a living. He's a smell maker. He's basically the best person in the world at what he does, so gets requests from major companies all around the world.
And he used those amazing skills of his to make my sauna stink? That's not impressive at all. Anyone could do that with a bag of rotting meat or something.
Ah, but that's where you're wrong. Fumes from rotting food and other biological substances can be toxic. I can't have you dying on me in there. I want you to suffer, not die.
Oh, how very generous of you.
I know, right? And that requires a very carefully crafted balance of the right chemicals. So yeah, he is pretty impressive. At the very least, he is more impressive than you. Have you ever even held any job at all in the last 40 years? Seriously, you don't have any room to be criticizing anyone's profession when your only profession is parasite.
That does it. I'm calling the police. You know there's a station right down the street, don't you? One phone call to them and they'll be down here within minutes. You'll be arrested and we'll be rid of you.
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Oh, and why not?
Well, I think I'll let my brother explain that to you. Hold on one second. Let me get him in there.
What? Your brother?
Who, me?
Yes, you! Your sister is a nutcase! I might be able to talk to some sense to you. Help me get out of here right now.
You want me to help you? Like, what specifically do you want me to do?
I mean to put a stop to your sister's insanity. She's gone way too far in this twisted revenge scheme. A stinky sauna and a stinky bath? That's too cruel!
I don't know. I am still a part of this operation.
Yes, indeed. You're the brains of the operation, aren't you?
I have some pretty good brains, I guess.
You have very good brains, and now you're in a possession of evidence against me, right?
Yeah.
Delete it, now!
Yeah, no, I can't do that.
Why not? Are you being threatened into doing this? You seem like a good boy. Are you sure you want to suffer the consequences of your sister's actions? Don't you worry about a thing. You can leave her to me. The enemy of my enemy is my friend, right? We can work together, take her down, show her who's boss.
Enemy? Susanna isn't my enemy, she's my sister.
So, she's not threatening you?
No, you dummy! Me and my sister are really tight. I'm the one who she always comes to when she wants to vent about how terrible you guys treat her. And she spends a particularly long time complaining about you specifically. You've been terrible to my sister for as long as she's been married to your son.
No, I haven't.
Do you think I'm stupid? Who do you think came up with the stinky sauna plan? That was all me! Susanna was the one who thought up the sequel, Stinky Sauna 2 Stinky Bath Boogaloo. Good idea, huh? It's like you think she's being nice after you apologized and learned your lesson, and then BAM! She locks you in another stinky room.
So you were both in on it. How could you think of doing something like this to an old woman like me?
Since I know exactly what kind of a person you are, it actually didn't take a whole lot of prodding for Susanna to get me to help her out. So let me ask you the same question. How could you think of locking my awesome sister in a sauna for 6 days? You should be glad I went out of my way to make the smell as gentle on the body as possible. My usual strength stuff probably would have made you pass out in a few minutes. You see, while you were unconcerned about the nearly 100% likelihood of killing my sister, we were doing everything we could to make sure you were okay. That should show you just how different we are.
All right, if you won't be moved by persuasion, how about money? How much do you want? Name your price, and you can have it. You can even write yourself a check. Just ask my husband for the checkbook.
Nah, I don't think your husband is gonna want to help you out either. He's pretty upset at you right now.
Then what do I have to do, Don? Tell me. How can I get you to agree to help me out of here?
That's just the thing. You can't. I want to help my sister. She's been there for me at all the hardest parts in my life, and I want to be there for her now. So you could offer me all the money in the world, but I'd still stick by my sister.
Why are all the men in my life useless? Michelle's husband divorced her not too long after that. She walked out of the house with no savings, no work experience to speak of, and no idea where she was going to go or what she was going to do next. The first place she thought to go was her parents' house to move back in with them. However, it seems her terrible personality isn't a new development. Her parents can't stand her and hadn't spoken to her in years. So when she showed up, her dad just slammed the door in her face. Next, she tried to go to her sister, but lo and behold, she didn't want anything to do with her either. Honestly, I'm not surprised at all that everyone she has ever known hates her now. Hating Michelle is such an easy thing to do. I have no idea where she is or what she's doing now, but I know one thing for sure. She's undoubtedly making all the people around her hate her as we speak. I also divorced Jim, of course. It has been such a relief to finally be rid of them all. My plan to send proof of their misdeeds to their companies went great too. They weren't fired, but they couldn't stand being the constant subject of rumors and both resigned. They had to sell the fancy house with the stinky sauna and move into a shoddy old apartment downtown. And with that, my tale of revenge comes to an end. Don's working hard as always, and I'm focusing more time on my career too. We really made a great team, don't we? Hopefully, I can find a good man for myself sometime soon, and if possible, a good girl for Don, at the same time.
Word on the street is you fancy yourself a little brainiac. You're one of those women who quits working the second she gets married, right? Do you plan on keeping your job or what?
I'm sorry. Who is this?
Excuse me? You mean to tell me you didn't even know the mother of your own fiancé? You were supposed to come to my house tomorrow to introduce yourself. You didn't forget about that, did you? There's no way Evan hasn't told you about that.
Oh, you're Evan's mom. I'm really sorry. I never got your number from Evan.
And you didn't think to ask him for it?
Well, no, I'm sorry. But yes, I do plan on coming to your house tomorrow, and I'm looking forward to it.
Not enough to get my phone number ahead of time, though. I kept waiting and waiting for you to give me the courtesy of calling or texting before you came. And since you never did, I had to go out of my way to ask Evan for your number and call you myself. What's wrong with you? Didn't your parents teach you any manners?
Ma'am, I'm terribly sorry that you're so upset by this. I guess I could have asked Evan for your phone number when I saw him the other day. I just assumed that since we'd be meeting in person soon enough anyway, it wouldn't be necessary. I never thought that could upset you so much. I'm sorry for any trouble I caused you.
You could have stopped at simply saying I never thought. Anyone with an elementary school level sense of etiquette knows you call someone first before you come to their house. Unbelievable. Evan told me you got good grades in college, so I thought maybe you could be worthy of taking a place in his family. But it looks like his confidence in you was misplaced. What kind of grades did you really get?
Well, if you must know, I was the valedictorian of my class and gave a speech at graduation. But anyway, to answer the question you led off with, no, I'm not planning to quit my job anytime soon. I like my work and fully intend to keep on doing it. So you have nothing to worry about.
Nothing to worry about? How could I not worry about our interaction today? So you got decent grades. Congratulations, you know how to study. But you know one thing that you can't learn in school? How to be a decent individual. What sort of future is waiting for my son 20, 30, or 50 years down the road? I'm concerned, to say the very least. Frankly, I wouldn't mind if you canceled our appointment tomorrow. How can I be sure you're not going to waste my very valuable time?
Well, ma'am, I can assure you that I'll be on my best behavior and not do anything that would waste your very valuable time.
Yes, you would say that, wouldn't you? Whatever. I'll allow you to come over tomorrow, but let me give you a word of warning. The very instant I get the feeling you're not worthy of my son, I will kick you out the front door myself, so be ready for that.
Right. Well, I appreciate you taking the time to meet with me. We're going to become a family soon, so I'd like to start our relationship off on the right foot. I promise you, I won't disappoint you. See you tomorrow.
Filth! Rubbish! How dare you dishonor my home with your presence! I'm going to have the entire place fumigated to wash out your putrid stench!
What's the meaning of this? That's what I'd like to know. I told you very clearly, Erica, do not waste my time. You deceived me and my entire family. The time we spent preparing for your visit was all for nothing. Deceived? What are you talking about? I've been completely honest about myself with Evan and you. Liar! You never told me that you were raised in an orphanage. I told Evan, though. He knew everything. Then you must have threatened him into withholding that fact from me. I did no such thing. I will never allow someone as lowly as yourself to marry my son. If your parents hated you enough to abandon you, then there must be something wrong with you. I have such an inferior subhuman wretch as my daughter-in-law? Not in a million years. Is that really the excuse you're using for what you just did to me? It's not an excuse, it's an explanation. Did I make myself clear? If so, then get off my property this very instant. You are never going to step foot anywhere near this house ever again. And of course, you are not to say another word to my son. You are dead to him. How can you be so cruel to me? But if this is how you react to my personal circumstances, maybe it's better that we call the engagement off. Of course, the engagement is off, you vile piece of human garbage. I would think that being raised in a home with all other unwanteds would make it clear to you that you are on the lowest rungs of societal hierarchy. I told Evan about all this. I don't know why he didn't tell you. My parents did leave me at the orphanage, yes. I never met them, and I don't plan on going to look for them. I was there for about 3 years until I was adopted. Oh, that part I heard. It's quite odd, don't you think? Being sent to college despite being adopted? Tell me, Erica, what did you have to do to get your adoptive father to shell out that much money for you? Excuse me? What are you implying? I'm implying nothing. I'm simply stating that for a single man to adopt a girl as his daughter is utterly horrifying. I'm appalled that that sort of thing is even allowed. He obviously had an ulterior motive in adopting you, and if he sent you to college, then you must have obliged him. You disgust me. I never have, ever in my entire life, have anyone said such cruel things about me and my father. Apparently, you needed more people brave enough to be honest with you like me. Maybe you are somewhat better off than the other unwanteds because you are adopted by your father. I'll bet with an ulterior motive. But that does not change the fact that you spent the most formative years of your life in a practical penal colony. You're not worthy of my son, and the biggest evidence of that is the fact that you think you are worthy. You are without a doubt the single worst person I've ever met, bar none. You weren't satisfied with just insulting me. You pushed me down onto the floor, started punching me, and then when I pushed you off of me, you scratched at my face. You can't get around the fact that you were trying to seriously hurt me. Why would you do that? What did I do that merited such a violent reaction from you? The fact that I have to even explain myself speaks volumes, and to think that you are bragging about being a valedictorian yesterday, as if that alone would make you worthy of being with my son. I had to show you how low your position in society is. People like you are only there for people like us to do with as we please. This was all to teach me a lesson? And yes, since you ran right out that door, I must have gotten through to you. That's a first good step for you. I had no choice but to run away. You jumped on me like a rabid animal. It was a simple fight or flight response. I wasn't even thinking. Then as soon as your son so graciously helped me out the door, I tripped and fell on your front porch where you threw a bucket of water all over me. Bleeding, bruised, and soaking wet, there was nothing else for me to do but go home. Which was exactly my goal. Now go scurry off to whatever rat hole you crawled out of. Press your face into your pillow and cry yourself to sleep. Never show your face around here again. I won't have a filthy little orphan like you destroying my family. Gretchen, you will regret what you've done to me today. I don't believe this. You think you're a safe distance for me to start spouting idle threats? They're not idle, and they're not threats. I'm promising you that you will pay for this. Your husband will inform you of the details shortly, I believe. What? My husband? He's not even here. He got called into work today and won't be home till later on this evening. Lucky him. He made it through the day without even having to set eyes on you. Don't worry, I'll tell him everything he needs to know about you. I see. Fine then. This is the end for us. I will never speak to you, your son, or your husband ever again. I also won't be there to comfort you when consequences come calling. Goodbye, Gretchen. Erica, please, hear me out. Please give me a chance to apologize. I'm so incredibly sorry for the reprehensible way I treated you today. I had no idea. Your adoptive father is Samuel Brinkman? He's the wealthiest man in the state. And his company's orders compromise 80% of my husband's company's annual revenue. There it is. Anyway, we have already established that the relationship between us have been officially severed. I don't want to hear anything you have to say to me. I knew things were going to happen this way. I saw all this coming the moment I collected myself after escaping from your house. So you don't need to tell me how thoroughly screwed you are. I already know. It's all over for you. My father and his assistants will take care of everything from here on out. There's nothing that you could do to stop what's coming for you, so give it up. Goodbye. Wait! Please, can't we talk about this? I genuinely had no idea who you were. I mean, my son marrying the Harris to the Brigham fortune? That's like a dream come true. No, it's better than a dream. My family would prosper like no other family in the state's history. So, it's all about money then? Well, no, not all about money. I'm also thinking about my son. You must have had quite a difficult upbringing, being abandoned by your birth parents, spending time in an orphanage, and then being adopted. But all those experiences made you into a fine, strong, intelligent woman you are today. I'm fully confident that you would be a wonderful wife for my son. I wish the two of you years of happiness. Don't make me say this again, Gretchen. This is goodbye. I'm walking away from you and not looking back. I don't want your pathetic son anymore. He's not pathetic. He's the most embarrassing mama's boy I've ever laid eyes on. Seriously, how could he take your side after what you did to me, even if you are his mother? I'm supposed to be the woman he wanted to spend the rest of his life with. I'm not even interested in any husband like him. Your family's an absolute train wreck. Please, Erica, don't say that. Look, this is all my fault. I can admit that. I'm not so self-centered as to not know when I'm, in the wrong. I simply had no idea about your personal history. I heard you were adopted, but not that you were adopted by the Samuel Brigham. Had I known that, I would have never treated you so terribly. I hope you understand how regretful I am for what's happened. Let's get something straight here. Today's events didn't happen. Every single step of the way was a deliberate choice by you to do terrible, cruel things to me. You jumped across a table at me and started punching me in the face. You even scratched me too and threw a bucket of cold water at me as if I was trying to escape. All your regret won't heal my wounds. Your wounds were that serious? Yeah. My face is still sore where you punched me, and these scratches on my cheeks aren't going to heal for at least a week or two. Plus, I had to drive all the way home in soaking wet clothes, and I'm feeling pretty sick right now. I might have caught a cold thanks to you. That's not even including the emotional damage done to me by being brutally assaulted by my own fiance's mother. I'm truly terribly sorry for all of that, but you know what they say? Time heals all wounds, and I've learned a lesson or two myself about my attitude. I assure you, I'm not too old to be reformed. So what do you say, Erica? Can we start over? Let's make this work out, become a family, and all get along happily ever after? Wow. This is an incredible change in your tone from you, Gretchen. Tell me though, did you think adopting a slightly apologetic tone with me was going to make me forget the look on your face when you dived across the table to attack me? What kind of idiot do you take me for? I'm not that easy. Well, what about a nice vacation? I'll put you up in a lovely hotel until all your inquiries have healed. There's an absolute fantastic day spa, and I know it's just ways to the north of here. I'll plan an entire week of relaxation and luxury for you, and of course, it'll be all expenses paid, my treat. I'll pass. I have connections through my dad with some of the finest hotels in the country. I could stay basically wherever I want for free, whenever I wanted. Plus, my dad and I still go on vacation together once a year, and we just got back from a week in Hawaii last month, so I don't need your self-serving charity. Ah, I see. I suppose that makes sense. A woman with a father as wealthy as yours must be able to stay at even more exclusive establishments than we are. Now, if you don't mind, I would like to start getting cleaned up now. Don't waste any more of my very valuable time than you already have. Goodbye, and I mean it this time.
Erica, I'm so sorry about what happened earlier. I don't know what came over me. I just got scared, I guess. I mean, you saw my mom's face, didn't you? She's always been like that. Ever since I was a kid, she's been this terrifying sort of presence in the family. I could never stand up to her. So when she started attacking you, I got caught up in the moment and told you to leave too.
What is it with your family and the word happen? When you do something intentionally, that is not something that just happened. It's something you did. And what you did to me today was absolutely shameful. I'm disgusted with both of you and your mom. Really, I don't even know why I haven't blocked your number yet. I'm just done with you. I want to move on from this catastrophe as soon as possible. I don't need or want an apology from you, so you can just skip all of the groveling. It's not going to do you any good. I will never forgive you.
Come on, Erica, don't talk like that. After all we've been through?
All we've been through have been thoroughly overwritten by what I just went through. And by the way, why didn't you tell your mom about me?
You mean the whole orphanage thing? I didn't think it mattered all that much. I thought the most important thing was that we loved each other.
Is that what you call it? So when your mom started berating me and physically assaulting me, and you took her side, then pulled me up onto my feet, dragged me to the front door, and literally kicked me out of the house? And then, after your mom threw that bucket of water on me, you shouted, "And never come back." That was your way of showing me that you love me?
I told you, Erica, I wasn't thinking at the time. I was just acting on instinct.
That doesn't make it any better, Evan. That means your instinct is there to help your mom assault your fiancé.
But she was really, really mad. I knew for sure that unless I acted fast, then I was going to be the next person she set her sights on. So the best thing for me to do was to get you out of there as quickly as possible so I could start trying to calm her down.
Once again, that explanation does not improve my opinion of you. All you were thinking about was saving your own skin, and you weren't even thinking about protecting the life of your own fiancé. And thanks to your disgusting cowardice, I'm left with serious scars, both physical and emotional.
I'm really, really sorry, Erica. Honestly, I am. I should have told Mom about your whole history sooner. I realize that now. If I had done that, then maybe today wouldn't have gone the way it did.
Should-haves and maybes aren't going to do anything to heal the scars on my face or in my heart, Evan. I already told you, I don't want or need apologies or even excuses from you. Besides, everything is already set in motion. There's no stopping what's coming next. I told my dad everything, and he'll be making his first move soon. You, your dad, your mom, your entire family is going down. There's not a single company in the state that's going to do business with you anymore when we're through with you.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. Please, Erica. You've got to reconsider. You're going way too far. It was all a misunderstanding, and it wasn't even mine. It was my mom's fault. Me and my dad had absolutely nothing to do with what she did. You should have seen the look on my dad's face when he came home and heard about everything. He got on the phone with your dad right away and started furiously apologizing. He was as pale as a ghost. You can hold my mom responsible for her actions however you want. She'll deserve everything she gets from you. But please don't take her actions out on my dad and me.
Wow, no honor among thieves, I guess. I've never seen anyone so eager to abandon their own mother to the wolves. Yes, Evan, you were involved. You were practically acting as your mother's offensive linebacker. You betrayed me in the most cowardly way possible. How do you think this was going to end for you? Did you think I was going to forget about that and marry you like usual?
Well, I was kind of hoping you would.
And as for your dad's company, you are going to go on to inherit the company someday, aren't you? That means that if your dad keeps doing business as usual, then you and your mom are going to stay wealthy and happy for the rest of your lives.
But what about my dad? What did he do to you?
Collateral damage. He's got enough money to live on for the rest of his life. He'll be fine.
Why are you so determined to destroy us?
You heard what your mom said about my dad, didn't you? About how she thinks he had ulterior motives in adopting a female child and that I obliged him?
Yeah, I heard that.
There's your answer.
Look, I get it. You want to break up with me, and after today's events, I'm fine with that.
It doesn't matter if you're fine with it or not.
I know, but wouldn't my mom being taken out of the picture be enough for you?
What are you trying to say here? Be specific.
Let's say I had some information about my mom. Information that we can use against her. If I get my mom kicked out of the house and the family, would your dad be willing to keep doing business with my dad's company?
Oh my god. Earlier today, you were physically dragging me out of your house to avoid your mom's ire. Now you're trying to collude with me in destroying her?
Destroying her, Erica? My mom is the one who's been destroying me my entire life. Ever since I was young, I listened to every word she said, obeyed her every command. I thought she was right about everything. But as time went on, I started to realize that when I did what she told me to, it ended up benefiting her and hurting me.
Well, Evan, I'm glad today has been an opportunity to learn a very valuable lesson. Your mom is a menace. However, your epiphany came too late in the game. It's not gonna get me and my dad to show you guys any mercy.
Would you please just hear me out? I've got it all planned out and I know exactly how it's going to go. If you listen to what I have in mind for her, I know you're gonna like it.
God, you're persistent.
Why would you do this to us? At this rate, you're going to crush my husband's company entirely.
Your husband's company? No, that's not quite right. I'm going to crush your entire family.
You're terrible, Erica. You actually filed a police report?
Well, you assaulted me, so yeah. I don't feel that requires justification.
What justification could you have for destroying my family over a little teasing? We'll never be able to recover from this. You even went to the local news? I just had to push through a swarm of reporters to get back inside my house after getting back from the supermarket.
They were very interested in the story. A local's industrial giant's wife viciously assaulting her son's fiancé. It's got everything. Romance, betrayal, violence, bloodshed, you name it.
You almost seem like you're enjoying our downfall.
Oh, I do? That's odd. I was trying to make it as obvious as possible that I am deeply enjoying your downfall. You insulted me for being raised in an orphanage, but that's not all. You have insulted my father, the man who took me in out of kindness of his heart and raised me like his own. Combine that with the several injuries I sustained from your assault, and what does that make? A very, very angry man. What you're going through now is the natural consequences of crossing a man as powerful and influential as my dad.
Please, Erica, isn't there any way we can make things right without resorting to such brutal tactics? I'll do anything you ask me. My husband is absolutely furious with me. He's even telling me he wants to get a divorce. You're the only chance I have to save my marriage, Erica. If I could just get you to stop your father's rampage, then everything will be all right again.
Your entire family is exactly the same. All you think about is yourself and your own interests. Why don't you just admit that to each other? You all already know deep down that your family is just a facade. It's just an act that you keep up in order to maintain your wealth and power. And to think you guys are all blood related. There's no blood in at all between me and my dad, but our bonds are far stronger than yours.
What else am I to do? If I get the divorce, there's no way I'll be able to make it on my own.
You should have considered that as a potential consequence before what you did. You thought you were in a position of power, like a queen sitting on a golden throne. But in reality, your throne was made of glass, and once you started throwing rocks, it didn't take long for it to shatter.
You're absolutely right. I was a fool to have hurt you like that.
Huh? Oh, did you think I was talking about what you did to me? No, that's not it.
What? What do you mean? How?
I'm talking about the real reason you're getting divorced. Your husband found out about your affair.
How did you know?
Your idiot son told me everything. He came to me bragging about having a bunch of dirt on you that could get you kicked out of the family. He thought he had an ace in his cup up his sleeve, that could save his and your husband's skin. I have to hand it to him. It wasn't a bad plan. In exchange for turning on you, arguably the most guilty party from yesterday, my anger would be appeased and I would allow his father's company to stay in business.
So it was him! That little snake! I was shocked when my husband came into the house screaming about my affair. There was no way he could have known about it. But it was Evan's doing.
What a sad, sorry family. If you weren't all the worst people in the world, then I might actually feel bad for you. But at this point, all I have for you is indifference. It's no business of mine what you do behind your husband's back. All I'm focused on right now is destroying every single lifeline that you have. You guys can all have a 3-way death match for all I care. Knock yourselves out, literally. Evan wants to stab you in the back? Not my business. You want to cheat on your husband? Not interested. Your husband wants to divorce you? Don't care in the slightest, so do me a favor and give your son a message for me. He's probably wondering why his plot to betray you and save himself failed. Tell him I'm not punishing him because of what you did. I'm punishing him for what he did.
Erica, please, I'm begging you, don't do this. We'll be ruined.
I know. That's the idea. I'm out to destroy your lives. So don't ask me how to get yourselves out of this mess. It's your life. You figure it out. Your family had every advantage in the world. Money, wealth, power. Mom and dad both in the home. But despite all those advantages, your family is about to break apart. Meanwhile, my family is stronger than it's ever been without the benefit of a blood relationship. I guess I can admit, you were right about one thing. You thought I was going to destroy your family, but that's exactly what I'm going to do. I think this goes without saying, but my vendetta against their family was a smashing success. Gretchen's husband's company was once an industrial giant, and now it's declaring bankruptcy. Don't worry about their employees, though. One of my father's companies bought them out and rehired all their workers and gave them their old jobs back. Minus a few executives, of course. Gretchen, Evan, and her husband each went their separate ways after that. Evan's father was grateful to him for exposing Gretchen's affair, but Evan had revealed his willingness to turn his back on his own family. His father could never trust him again. So, what have I learned from all this? There's more to family than just blood. Evan's family had the benefit of a blood relationship, but that wasn't enough to save them from their dysfunctional relationships. Meanwhile, I was adopted by my father, but he cared for me more than himself. He was willing to put everything he had on the line in order to give me a brighter future. And that sort of self-sacrificial love is far more important than any genetic connection. The next goal in life is to find a proper husband for myself. This time, I'm going to be sure to find a man who not only respects me, but also respects my father. Without him, I would never have become the person who I am.
Good afternoon. I'm looking for Melody. Do I have the right number? This is Tucker's father, Jack. I understand you'll be coming over to my house tomorrow with my son to introduce yourself?
Oh, you're Tucker's dad. Yes, it's me, Melody. It's nice to finally get a chance to speak with you. Thank you for taking the time to message me. And yes, you're right. I'll be coming over there with Tucker tomorrow. I really look forward to meeting you.
I see. Usually in this sort of situation, you would be the one to message me first rather than making me go looking for your number. That's the polite way to do things anyway.
You know what? You're totally right. I'm sorry about that. It's just, we haven't met in person yet, so I felt kind of weird about texting you out of the blue.
Are you saying it's weird of me to text you without meeting you first?
No, that's not it at all. I'm sorry if it came off that way. I was just explaining how I felt, that's all. Maybe I should have asked Tucker for your number sooner?
Maybe? What other possibility is there? That's not a maybe. You absolutely should have asked Tucker for my phone number. You're coming to my house, interrupting my busy schedule, yet you're making me do all the work in contacting you? That's incredibly rude. It's easier to communicate than ever these days, and yet you failed to do even the bare minimum effort before coming to meet me. Don't they teach children proper etiquette in school these days? And even if they don't, that's still not an excuse. You're an adult. You should know better.
I'm sorry, sir. It's unfortunate that we're starting our relationship off on such an awkward note.
Unfortunate is when a tree falls in a storm and crushes your car. What you did was deliberate.
I don't know what to say other than I'm very sorry for offending you.
I'm suddenly much less hopeful about meeting you tomorrow. As I said, I'm a very busy man. Don't waste my time.
I hope that I live up to your expectations.
The bar is already set incredibly low for you. About the only way you could fail to meet my expectations would be to walk up to me and slap me in the face. You can keep yourself from doing that, can't you?
Yes, sir. I believe I can.
Good. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. I gave you one simple demand when I first met you, Melody. Do not waste my time. And what did you do? You not only wasted my time, but my son's time as well. How shameless can a person be? You thought I would be willing to hand my son over to the daughter of a single father? I've never heard of such a ridiculous thing.
You know what's ridiculous to me, Jack? The idea that you would walk up to me, your son's fiancé, on the day of our wedding, and punch me in the face. How could you do that to me?
It was rather simple, honestly. The only hard part was holding back my full strength. I have a nasty tendency to treat men and women equally, you see. In any case, what happened to you was entirely your fault.
You think it's my fault that you assaulted me?
I suppose if you're looking to avoid the blame, you could always pass the buck to your father. After all, he's the man who was such a miserable failure that no woman in the world was willing to marry him. How pathetic.
Excuse me? Do not talk about my father that way.
Fight your own battles, girl. This is about you, not him. The fact of the matter is you aren't worthy of marrying into my family. I'm the CEO of one of the most successful businesses in the state, and I built it from the ground up with my own 2 hands. And what of your father? He's such a loser that his wife left him, and even in all the decades that have passed since then, he couldn't find a decent woman to remarry with. That should be enough to explain how different my family is from yours. And if a man of that low caliber raised you, there's no possible way that you could be worthy of marrying my son. The jig is up, girl. It's now perfectly clear that you were only after my son for his money and nothing else. Now run along and find a man who's more on your level. I might suggest looking in one of the local homeless shelters.
You are, without a doubt, the lowest, cruelest, vilest man I've ever had the misfortune of meeting. You don't know anything about my father, other than the fact that he raised me on his own. And yet you think that you have the right to say such horrible things about him? Don't even get me started on that precious little son of yours. He put on a master class in shameless behavior. And all he did when you punched me in the face was stand there, mouth agape. And then, when you berated him for wanting to marry me, what did he do? He apologized to you! Then when you told him to call security on me to have me removed from the building, he actually did it. I've never been treated so poorly by anyone in my entire life. You want to talk about a father's influence on their child? What does it tell you that your son grew up to be a sniveling little coward?
Insolent girl, you've clearly spent all your time around low-caliber men like your father. You can't even tell the difference between cowardice and filial piety. You know, the Japanese have an interesting saying, "A frog's children are frogs." Do you know what that means? It means that you're destined to be just as slimy as your father.
My oh my, Jack. You sure have a lot to say about my father. I don't think he'll be very happy to hear about what you're saying about him.
And what reason do I have to care about his feelings?
A pretty big reason, actually. He owns you.
What are you talking about?
I mean, my father is a majority shareholder in your company. He's your boss.
Of all the ridiculous lies you could have told, if you had said my daddy is a policeman or my daddy is a lawyer, then there might have been a chance that I'd believe you. But the majority shareholder in my company?
Didn't you notice that we have the same last name?
Yes, but there are hordes of Harmons around here. There is no chance that Lucas Harmon, a man that I know and respect, is your father.
You think I'm lying to you?
I know you are.
Fine. You can believe whatever you'd like, but you'll find out the truth soon enough. Keep your phone handy. I think you'll be hearing from him soon.
Melody, dear, I am truly, deeply sorry for what I did to you earlier today. My actions were entirely inexcusable. I just had no idea who you really were. To think that you were actually the child of Lucas Harmon. It was just too incredible to believe. Had I known the truth about your identity, I never would have behaved in such a terrible way toward you. Nothing would please me more than for my son to marry a woman of your caliber. It would be my greatest honor.
Jack, I am never going to forget this day's events. The look on your face when my dad walked into the room was priceless. You look like you had seen a ghost. You turned so pale. They could have used your skin color as a color sample for wedding dresses. Never in my entire life have I seen anyone so humbled by so quickly. You literally got down on your knees and begged him for forgiveness. I wish I had my phone with me. I wanted to preserve that moment forever.
Again, Melody, I want you to know how incredibly sorry I am. Your father is an incredible man and a great support to my company, and I insulted you. I offer my deepest apologies. Any child he raised would surely go on to be a successful member of society, and you chose my son to be your husband. That's the greatest compliment I could ever hope for. I'll get to work on planning a new wedding for the two of you. It's going to be 10 times as extravagant as the one that we canceled today.
What is this? Like, what do you think you're trying to do right now? You think I'm still going to marry your son after everything that happened? He's not worth my time. You punched me because you were unsatisfied with my family's circumstances, and he took your side. He played the perfect Judas Iscariot, too. The way he pointed me out to the security saying, "She's the one." The two of you are an awful lot alike. That is absolutely unthinkable behavior for a man.
I should have taught him better. You're absolutely right. And from now on, I'll see to it that he becomes a much better man. So please, I humbly ask for your forgiveness.
Never. And how exactly do you plan on teaching him to be a better man? You're the only role model he has, and you're worse than he is. You punched me in the face. That's a crime. And by the way, if you wanted to punch somebody at the wedding, don't you think you got your targets mixed up?
I'm not sure I understand.
Your son is the one who chose a supposedly unworthy woman to be his wife. I'd say that makes him more deserving of a punch than me, but for some reason, you punched me instead. What were you thinking?
Maybe you're right. Maybe my anger was misplaced.
Maybe? Perhaps? What kind of mealy-mouthed nonsense is that? How can someone who's been running a business as long as you have let that sort of equivocation nonsense out of your mouth? Maybe? You were wrong. Give me a break. There is no maybe. Is this how you run your company? If so, then that's really bad news. With someone like you at the helm, it's incredible you've avoided bankruptcy for this long.
No, it's not like that at all. My personal life and professional life are completely separate. I can admit that I've made some failures in my personal life, but those failures have nothing to do with my company. My son also wants to apologize to you in person if possible. What do you say, Melody? Would you be willing to meet with him and talk things over?
You just don't know when to give up, do you? I already said no. There's nothing for me and your loser son to talk about. Honestly, you're being so annoying right now, I almost wish my dad would have punched you. But I know my dad would never do something like that. He's far too strong and disciplined to lower himself to your level. But even still, you should consider yourself very lucky he stopped himself at just grabbing you by the collar. My dad is one of the calmest and most collected people I know, but I could tell he was holding back. His face was beet red. I've never seen him get like that before. That's the way a real man responds when someone hurts his loved ones. You should have been taking notes.
Melody, you're absolutely right. I am more aware than I have ever been of my own shortcomings. I can't even begin to imagine the difficulties your father must have gone through to raise you. Today's events took my respect for him to a whole new level, and my respect for myself to a whole new low.
This is a truly remarkable attitude change from you, Jack. I guess it's one of the benefits of having a wealthy and powerful shareholder as a father. If not for that, I doubt you would have stopped at just punching me and kicking me out. You certainly wouldn't have felt the kind of remorse you're feeling right now. Granted, I'm still not entirely convinced that the remorse you're showing is genuine. It all seems like you're just scared at finally receiving the consequences of your own actions.
That's not true. I'm truly, deeply, intensely regretful for today's events. I'm legitimately apologizing to you from the bottom of my heart. I've carried such awful prejudice against single fathers with me for all these years. But that all changed when I learned about you and Lucas. He's one of the most intelligent, moral, responsible men I've ever met. Knowing what I know of his professional side, I'm confident he put 110% of his effort into raising you properly.
Wow, thanks for proving me right, Jack. You really are only apologizing to me because of who my dad is.
Come now, don't think so poorly of me. I'm sure that I would have come to see the error of my ways even if circumstances were different. But enough about me, I'm more concerned about my son. Can't you just forget all about me and my nonsense and focus on him? I know how much you care for each other.
Any feelings I once had for him flew out the window the instant I saw his reaction at you punching me. The look on his face? It's almost like he felt bad for you. Like, oh no, my poor dad, he had no chance but to punch my fiancé in public. So yeah, there's no hope of that relationship ever being rekindled.
Is there really nothing that can be done to fix this?
I'm not thinking about repairing anything but the damage you've done to my face. This bruise is gonna last for at least a few weeks. How am I supposed to find myself a new man looking like my last man used me as a punching bag? For real though, who punches a woman like that? What kind of man are you? It really hurts too. I should probably go to the hospital and get this looked at.
I am so sorry to have done this to you. I'll pay all of the costs for treatment, so just send the bills to my office and I'll compensate you.
You got that right. Seriously, you think I need to be told that? I'm not an idiot like you. But if you think that's the only consequence that's coming your way, then you got another thing coming. Both me and my dad are still very, very angry at you. This isn't over.
I'm so sorry I couldn't go to the hospital with you, sweetheart. But I suppose by now you're used to my demanding schedule. Still, I should at least be around to help you in your time of need.
It's alright, Dad. I'm a big girl. I can handle going to the hospital by myself. I was just glad that you were able to duck out of your meeting and come to the wedding. I had assumed you wouldn't be there until later.
How could I not come after hearing what happened? The way you were speaking on the phone, your voice was trembling. I could tell that you were in trouble. Any other father in my position would have dropped everything and rushed to help you right away.
But I doubt many other dads would have been able to hold themselves back like you did.
God, I wanted to deck that jerk right in the face, but I didn't. Was that the right choice?
Oh, that's not even a question. If you had punched him, it would be a lot more difficult to make our next moves. He would have been able to countersue.
You're absolutely right, as usual. You're such a smart girl.
I am your daughter, after all.
Now, how are you holding up emotionally? The punch was painful, I'm sure, but he said all those hateful things to you. Are you doing okay with that?
Yeah, I'm not gonna let it get to me.
Are you sure? I've never heard anyone be so hateful towards single-father homes.
Yeah, me neither, honestly.
Really? You've never been treated like that before? You know, mocked or teased because of me?
No, not at all. This was the first that's ever happened to me. That's a big part of why I was so surprised.
Well, if you say so, but I know it must have been difficult for you ever since your mother left. I've made so many mistakes. I wish I could have been there for you more.
Oh, Dad, you don't need to feel bad about anything. I always knew how much you cared about me. Unfortunately, there aren't many people in the world who are as dumb as Jack and his son are. So you've got nothing to worry about.
How in the world did you turn out to be such a strong girl?
I already told you, I'm your daughter. By the way, there's something that I wanted to talk to you about.
What is it, dear? Anytime you want to talk to me, I'll be there to listen.
Nah, it's not important now. You gotta get going to that party, right? Just forget about the whole mess at the wedding and go enjoy yourself.
I'll do that, Melody. And you do the same. Don't give that stupid old man any thought. He's not worth it. Besides, I won't let him get away with this. I'll see to it that he pays dearly.
And I know that you always follow through, Dad. Thanks so much. I love you. Have fun.
Melody! Why are you doing this to me? How could you be so cruel? What you're trying to do to me is terrible. I understand that you're upset over what I did, but still, you actually filed a police report against me? My lawyer told me you're pressing charges against me for assault. And not just that, your father has embarked on a vendetta against me as well. He's instructing the board of directors to fire me as CEO. You're going way overboard here.
Oh, you think this is overboard? I'd say I'm not doing near enough to ensure your complete downfall. You punched me in the face at my wedding. Don't tell me that I have gotten over that already. I guess you still don't realize how serious what you did to me was.
Of course I know! I messed up big time! I was a complete fool! But this is just too much for me to handle! I built this company from the ground up with my own two hands! I spent my life making it into what it is today! And now you're going to take it away from me? You can't do this!
Sure I can. I'm doing it right now, aren't I? My dad gave me his all every day, both at work and at home, to make me the person I am today. I'm proud of both my dad and the person I am, and you insulted me and physically assaulted me. You're not even getting half of what you deserve for doing that.
I already apologized for that!
Oh, is that all it takes? Okay, then I apologize for taking your company away from you and getting you arrested. There, we're even. I mean, really, did you think that it was gonna be that easy?
I know that I deserve punishment, and you've already punished me enough. I've lost so much since that day. My son breaking up with the heiress to Lucas Hartman's fortune is enough of a loss to put me on antidepressants for the rest of my life.
What? That's not a loss? It's true that if you weren't a miserable scumbag and hadn't punched me or insulted my dad, You would have gained insider access to the family, but that's not something you lost. You just didn't gain it. You threw away the chance of a lifetime for both you and your son, and you did that of your own volition, so I don't want to hear you playing the victim.
That's not my intention, but word of this has already spread so far.
Yeah, social media moves fast these days. I didn't have my camera, but a lot of other people did in the room. The CEO of a major local company punching his own daughter-in-law at her wedding is the perfect recipe for virality. But don't worry, it won't last forever. You're not that important of a person. Soon, it'll blow all over and people will move on to the next viral sensation and you'll be completely forgotten.
Being forgotten is worse than being hated, though.
I know, right? Anonymity is the single biggest fear of someone who was once a big shot like you. By the way, I wouldn't have gotten this mad if you had stuck to insulting me, but you had to go and drag my dad into it. I watched him as he made sacrifice after sacrifice to raise me with all the love and affection I needed after my mom left us.
Please understand, I truly am sorry for what I did and said to you and your father. I wasn't thinking clearly.
That excuse isn't gonna fly with me. You knew exactly what you were doing. I know because your son got right in line with you. You trained him well. He was willing to betray me the moment you demanded it of him. So, I need to make sure that neither of you are put in a position to do that to anyone else ever again. My dad is going to do all the dirty work for me. Unfortunately for you, by the time you've learned your lesson, it'll already be too late.
But I have learned my lesson. I'm begging you, Melody, please. I won't ask you to marry my son again. I understand that's not going to happen. Just don't take my company away.
It's not your choice to make. As a majority shareholder, your position in the company is my dad's choice. Wow, this feels pretty good. I'll bet this is how you felt when you punched me at the wedding. Was it fun being in control? Having power? Feeling like you're invincible? Well, I hope you enjoyed it while it lasted, because your control and power are all gone. Now you're gonna get the taste of what real power looks like. Hey, Dad. So let's hear it. How was your date? Was it fun? Did you kiss her?
Melody, come on, seriously. It's embarrassing enough already to be out looking for love at the same time as my own daughter. Don't make it worse by forcing me to tell you about it. Ugh, I haven't dated in decades.
Which is why I'm super duper excited to hear all the details of your first date. Also, I don't know, I guess I feel kind of guilty.
Guilty? What for?
I know that a big reason you haven't dated any women since Mom left was because of me. Anytime I saw you talking with a woman at a store or party or something, I got super defensive and jealous and started acting up. Then you'd have to end your conversation to stop me from doing whatever I was doing. After a while, you just stopped talking to women altogether.
So you noticed, huh?
Once I was old enough to understand, yeah, it became pretty obvious. Jack told a bunch of disgusting lies about you, and that one was one of the worst. It's not that you couldn't find a woman who would marry you. It's that you were willing to give up a romance in order to prioritize me. It was my fault that you've been alone all these years, and for that, I'm sorry.
Melody, please don't blame yourself for my choices.
But it was my fault, wasn't it?
Nothing was your fault. You're my daughter. That means that you were the single most important girl in the world to me. I had a duty to protect you, care for you, and provide for you. And then there was no way I would do anything that would keep me from performing that duty. So don't feel bad. Just seeing your smile was enough for me to get through even the toughest of times. If me being with a woman was gonna prevent me from seeing that smile, then I can live without romantic love. I'd rather have the love of my only daughter any day of the week.
Aw, now you're gonna make me cry, Dad. You've already done more than enough for me. You don't need to worry about me or my happiness anymore. All I want is for you to have all the happiness that you deserve.
I already have it just seeing what a fine young woman you've become, sweetheart.
Seriously, knock that off. You're making me cry and blush. But for real, Dad, I'm really happy that you're finally out there looking for a wife. And you're not wasting any time at all, are you? You met the lady you had dinner with at the birthday party, right? That's my dad. Strike while the iron is hot, whether it's finance or romance.
That's actually a pretty good line.
Right? So anyway, you go ahead and get on the road. But you call me the instant you get home, alright? I want to hear all about how your date went.
Yes, ma'am. Hey, now that I think about it, didn't you say you had something you wanted to talk to me about?
Oh yeah, that. So when I went to the hospital the other day, I got talking to the doctor who examined me, and apparently we went to the same college.
Wow, what a coincidence. And, go on.
And his father is the CEO of the company that owns that hospital.
Oh, he sounds like a catch. Well, is he single?
Yes, and he invited me out on a date.
Awesome! Wait a second. What was the name of his dad's company?
Harmon Medical Group.
No! You're dating the son of another one of my employees?
I didn't know at first.
Well, I guess there's only one thing for me to do. Looks like I'll be firing another CEO this month.
No, Dad, don't. Fortunately, my dad was joking when he said that. He got even more defensive of me than usual after the whole debacle of the wedding, so I wouldn't have been too surprised if he actually did it. It turned out, though, that my dad and the CEO of this medical group were actually long-term friends. If I hadn't already met his son at the hospital, there's a good chance that our dads would have introduced us eventually. After Jack was fired from his company, he laid low for a while. Apparently, he decided that anonymity isn't as bad as he thought at first. Like I thought, the buzz surrounding his actions at my wedding soon faded from the public's collective mind. He ended up taking a lower-tier job, or executive position at a smaller company in town. The pay is obvious a fraction of what he used to make, but with his reputation being what it is, he can't really be too picky. I understand that his goal is ultimately to start up a new company of his own, eventually. But as for my dad, as I mentioned earlier, he met a really nice lady at that party, and the two of them have hit it off pretty well. I'm so happy Dad finally found someone. He hadn't dated anyone since Mom left us, and I knew that must have been a big hit to his confidence. I've mostly put my time with my ex-fiancé and his father behind me, but there's one thing I will never forget. The way my dad jumped right into action to protect me. The biggest and most important lesson I learned is that I can always count on my dad to back me up, no matter what. So all in all, I don't think it was too bad of an experience for me. I managed to avoid getting married to a pathetic loser, too afraid to upset his own father, and I strengthened my bonds with my own father.